Welcome on to the Kane Historic Preservation Society Depot. We're open from Memorial Day till Christmas. Saturdays from 11 to 5, noon to 4 on Sundays. We really try and make history come alive here. Home to artworks at the Depot, Holgate Toys, and Kane family history, along with the rest of the town.
Another case over here is from World War II. A couple Purple Hearts. There's a mount of the Lobo wolf up there, and the case over here has a bunch of railroad artifacts.
What's a Lobo wolf?
The Lobo wolves, also known as buffalo wolves, a man by the name of Dr. Edward H. McCleary, right here.
Okay.
He was from Buffalo, born in 1867. He was out west when he first got an interest into wolves. He was at a rodeo and saw some guys beating a wolf for entertainment on purpose. So here he decided to care for the wolves, sort of got an interest. Came here to Kane a few years later as a regular doctor, had his own shop and everything. Married a first grade school teacher, and they lived over on the west side of Kane.
Okay.
And he started to get an interest in wolves. Well, finally, he found out that some wolves were for sale. So he bought a wolf and named it Jerry. It was a buffalo wolf, they're also known as. And here, he found out when I was coming, and he raced right up here to this very depot, into the back room, and there was a wooden crate, and you could hear it rumbling, and you could hear howling come out of it.
Okay.
He got the wolf out of the crate, put it in the back of his car, and drove it over to his house.
Oh, geez.
And Jerry was like the alpha wolf for many years, until a kid, he had his own like little wolf park over there at his own house. For many years, he had like 2 acres. And one day there was a festival going on, and a little boy came up and he was looking at the wolves, took out his knife and stabbed right into Jerry.
Oh, my.
And Dr. McCleary's real idea for the wolves was men can become friends with a wild animal like this. And Jerry was one of the tamest wolves ever. He would tame them like actual dogs. But right once he was stabbed, he reverted back to before he even came to Kane as a wild, vicious animal. But McCleary had many wolves, loved them all, named them all. After a while, after Jerry got stabbed, he moved all of his wolves, he had 32 at the time, from his house over on Tynesta Avenue in the west side out to Route 6, where he had his own wolf farm. He had many wolves. The archway made out of stone is still there.
Okay.
We just put out a state sign there talking about his life and what he wanted to do. And really, he was there for many years, but after his death, before he died, he had the wolves sold to a different guy. And when he died, a neat little thing happened with all the wolves they had out there. That day when he died, all the wolves started to just howl. Every last one. You would hear 1 or 2 howl once in a while, but all of them was kind of strange. The caretakers looked over and saw, they were wondering what the heck was going on. Found out later that night that the exact minute when they started to howl was when he died. The man who bought the wolves from McCleary, his name was Jack Lynch. He wasn't getting much sponsoring from the town or by anybody. Not many tourists came, so he moved them out to Wyoming, where he started a wolf park out there known as Lobo Land. That didn't last very long. No. So he moved them over to Montana.
Okay.
Well, he died in 2006 from cancer.
Oh.
His wife that he had when he was first here died, so he remarried. His stepson, Ed Wheeler, who's today president of the Keeping the Wolves, has their own website, their own company. Here, he owns them. There are 32 left, fed twice daily. There's 10 pens altogether. 8 of them are being used. Really, they're happy. Our Historical Society board, including our president, vice president, treasurer and secretary were just out there in Montana to visit the wolves and they were just as happy as ever. And one of our members actually went into the pens, sort of did what Clary did. Clary would just go into the pens and the wolves would be all friendly. He was like the pack leader, and here our Vice President John Marconi, he went in and they just ran up to him. He was paying them and everything. They were like normal dogs. Our mission right now is to try and bring them back, and because we think that this town used to be a factory town. It used to be known for all the different industries and everything. Now that all that has died over the years, we want to try and make this into a tourist town, and we think that would be a great thing to have. Yeah, this is one of the wolf pups' heads here.
Aww.
We have a picture of one of the pens at the wolf farm out on Route 6,
Okay.
where McCleary had them, and we have an original gate from one of the pens. We don't know which one.
Okay.
But McCleary didn't just keep wolves. He kept mountain lions, or at least one. And it escaped at one point. And here the mountain lion went a few miles out, and here the mountain lion found a house. There was a little boy and his dog outside. Here, the dog had an instinct that the mountain lion was near, and the dog sort of went into like attack mode. The boy didn't know what the heck was going on. But here, the mountain lion finally came out of its hind place and tried to attack the little boy, tried to kill him. Well, here, the dog, brave enough as it was, protected its master. The little boy ran over and got his father, and his father came out with a gun and everything. But by the time that they got out there to try and help out, it was too late. The mountain lion had killed the dog. But the boy lived. State police came over, killed the mountain lion. McCleary paid for the troubles that may have happened, and also he gave the little boy a new dog, which we think was a nice little gesture to do. Because it's sad enough to lose something like that.
Right.
In that terrible way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Sure thing.
You are very knowledgeable, man. Wow, that's great.
So one of the local experts here.
Local West, I was going to say, he knows his stuff.